in between the huge pillars without damaging the house. These 9 pillars are the 3 sides and then placed on 9 huge flat stones manifest the indigenous knowledge of the Lepcha architect. The pillars are held together with notches. Notches made on 4 sides of these pillars with cross beams called dome. This dome is made of entire tree length inserted through these notches. In the joints of the notches, wooden pecks or wooden wedges, a yoke suza in letter, is nailed to keep the cross beams tight. See, not a single iron nail is used. Okay? Now, so you see this, no? This. So huge one, this wood. Alright? And then the house is thatched with the grass. And there is all, this, what they call this, they have the rituals, all those things, no? Doing that. And after completing the house, they call the Mother Nature. That's the Li room. Room is God, Li is house, no? And like our Catholic, we have the house place, no? Like that only. They come, the priest is called Mun or Munti. He comes and does. And before, no, this is very important. Huh? Before making the house, the Munti, the priest, the Mun comes and pleads the God of Mount, earth, to give that we are using. Alright, we are using. So while we build this, constructing, no accident must be taken. You take care of us. All these things is done. Alright, this. Okay, next. This is the house. Now we'll go to medicinal plants. Okay, but I will not tell you what medicine this and that because you have already done it. All tribals know it. But your Lepchas have a little different way of looking, no? Their philosophy. The moon, they call it medical science, okay? Or traditional Lepcha system of medicine is strongly embedded in the very fabric of Lepcha culture. There's symbiotic relationship with the natural world and in-depth knowledge of plant life has given rise to this unique system. The Lepcha believe that all herbs and medicine are given by God at Pandit Chu. No, something I have to tell you. The creation history, we should know, creation history. Lepchas believe that the first primordial men and women were created from the pure snow or the ice of Kanchenjunga. So Kanchenjunga in Lepcha we call it Kinchunjumbu Chu. Chu is mountain. Kinchunjumbu Chu. I don't know this word they must have anglicized. So therefore Lepchas never climb the mountain. It is very pure, very sacred for them. Then another thing is that, I was comparing this, I was comparing with the Hebrews philosophy. Hebrews, they say Adam and Eve, the first primordial man, they were created from mud. Now the Lepchas, they say they created from mountain, pure snow. So what I was, the comparative is, how Lepchas were more, little higher level than this, because mud is polluted. Mud is it polluted? Accessible? But the philosophy, epistemology of Lepchas. So ours is this, Chu the Lep. Every subtitle of Lepchas, they have got Chu the Lep. 3 things. Chu is a mountain. The is a pond, well. Lep is the road, the way to go to mountain. So everything. I am a Yumnu, Lepcha, but Yumnu. I have got what?
Mountain.
A mountain. So when I die, I walk that way, and then the moon, the priest says, carrying the spirit. I was listening, you carry this. Then they say, it's very interesting. The man says, the priest says, now I will stand on the what they call the dry leaf. Okay? Did you hear anything? Yes, there is a sound. Now you stand. Is there anything? No, there is no sound. That is you are dead. You have to go to your forefathers. And then he goes to he takes the spirit to the well, okay, pond, the each pond, no? You look at whose shadow is there? Your. Did you see your shadow? No. That means you are already dead. That's how you know. And then takes the soul to the respective the mountain, and then will ask, with whom will you want? Your forefathers are there, your mother is there, your father is there, your brother is there. With whom do you want? Then he says, all right, I want to be on the lap of my mother. So keeps there. And then very interesting. Now this man has to come back, no? It says what they call that trance. What is that is called? No? Trance. And he says, hey, you are a moon, you are a priest, you are a living man, you have to go back. He commands by himself. He comes back and he has a string of green bamboo string. So as he comes, he just comes. With that, whole ceremony is over. Okay, Muntyam, okay, let's say Muntyam is a medical doctor is called Muntyam, and that's a traditional system. Next, the lepsa Mundok is doctor, knows the use of various herbal medicines for various sickness. Pradhan and Barola is a book you can understand. Describes as many as 118 plant species belonging to 71 families and 108 genera under ethno-medicinal utility by lepsas for curing approximately 66 ailments which could be grouped under 14 categories according to Pal and Palit, lectures of North Sikkim. My daughter is there. Have the knowledge of this. Angiosperm as medicinal. 40 species. Angiosperm as medicinal plants. Okay. There is some belief system among the lepsas regarding the location of the plants grown for the use as medicine. Alright? Use as medicine. Now this one I want to tell you because everybody knows what medicine and all, every type of it. But our belief is this one. Herbs that grow facing north are the best medicinal plants. Why? Because in the north, our mountain is there. Hear it? Okay. Then, next. Leaves of the plants that shine during night are mostly medicinal. It is interesting to know that many herbal species used by the lepsas bear smooth, shiny leaves. Some plants that bear smooth, shiny leaves used by lepsas for medicinal purposes are thorn, Dicentra, peat, this is the name of the plant. Pedera foetida, brown Pilanthus imbrica, Nepit muk. Muk is a grass. Nepit muk, Hemla congestan, Thongwa, Marcetina rela, Suntipru, Discum album. I could have 100 and I could not show only. No, this is very, that's why our time, there is no commercialization of it. Secrecy is maintained regarding the names of the medicinal plants. The medicinal plants is cultivated urgent. So they don't say why? Why they don't say? Because their sacredness will be polluted, if everybody knows. And everybody will go in excess and so many things will drop. Okay? So the purity is sacred sanctum is kept. Okay. The medicinal plants, if cultivated, must be grown above the level of the house. This is also important. This island. Because below the house they throw things, no? Sure, they throw things to this and that. So, okay. Now, indigenous knowledge in constructing the Lepcha cane bridge, okay? That medicine plants is over. Now, we'll go to cane bridge. Cane is one type of plants that we get, you know? Cane bridge. Mayanjang, that is Sikkim and Darjeeling, is full of turbulent, snow-fed rivers. The lepchas have the indigenous knowledge to construct the cane bridge to cross the river. Now, little bit I will explain to you. My daughter is here. When you go to Mangan, when you go to Mangan, after Dikchu, Mangan road goes this way, and then if you carry on this way, Now there is a place called Songklang. Nepali they call it Songklang. There is a Songklong. Songklong is there is a bridge called Songklong. Song means information in lecture. Information or something like, okay, something, information, and clock is present. So the other side of people are probably this side they shout and other side they come, alright. Then they start building the, constructing the this one bridge. Okay. The technique is to lay two strong parallel cables or canes about 6 feet above the ground on the banks and firmly fixed on both sides of the river, either on some tree trunks or on man-made anchors with huge rock, strongly tightened or held by large stones and mud, etc., so that they may not retract back. Next. Now this is the. Now what they do is you have to do something else. So in the arrow, the thin cane, what is the thread or something, they shot, they shoot the other side. The other side reaches and then they catch and then hold and then again from here. So with two string, another string you can always tie and send. Of course that string, the first string and the second string must be long enough that the end of this string must remain here. Not everything will not gonna remain here. That's how they cane bridge. Firstly, a thin cane thread is attached to an arrow, is shot to the far bank. The thread being long enough, the tail end remains at the side of the shooter. Then bigger thread is tied to this end, which is pulled at the opposite end. This bigger thread is long enough that when the head end is pulled on the far bank, the tail will still be on this side. Next, sir. So that is how they build. Okay, it takes only the writers say. I have witnessed myself. Alright, writers say within half an hour, then quick build, very fast, and then walk. Very easy. Cambridge. This technology, no? So indigeneity in selecting the plants and creatures in lecture literary works. Now, first of all, this one you have to see. There's a lecture book, old handscript, okay, and manuscripts are there. These books. They say Dr. Samuel has done research on it from Christian University, Chennai, and he has been awarded the doctorate degree. He says there are 39 different types of this manuscript. These manuscripts are called Namtho Namtha in Latin. Now, in this manuscript, in these books, you have got all the ethos and pathos and all the happenings and incidents are recorded there. And this is very, in the literary work when we study this Namthonanta book, here I found this, the uses of the plants and the creatures. Orozyme indicum in their folktales. Folktales there in the book. The seed of this plant is very sacred to the leptas. They call it Phagorin. Phagorin is actually seed, which is covered with white wings. And then you tell it that there is a seed. But it looks like a flower. It has the cover like this. And then you tear it, it's there. And the seed is inside with white. Now, white is the sign of purity. Symbol of purity. Use of this particular plant seed itself proves the fact of indigenous knowledge of that community. We don't use other plants, we use shoes. Next. In the cockroach in the literary works of Lepsa. This is very interesting. Okay? Now there's a dog. I was telling the dog. See, indigenous literary works is found in Namtho Namtha that I said that the second book. It is the collection of the ethos and pathos of the lectures like this, Namtho Namtha. Dog and cockroach sense, this. They wanted to make, they wanted to make this, what they call, country liquor, okay? Country liquor. But for the country liquor, you need the yeast, Y-E-A. Y-E-A-S-T, no, mine, pronunciation, I don't know, east. No, east they didn't find, nowhere to find. And somehow somebody said that, oh, there is a one lady, his name is Budbuniu, who lives in Netherlands, under earth. Now, who will bring the east? So, in that story, the dog is sent. Dog is sent, dog comes empty-handed. And cockroach is sent. Cockroach, Tangir, is sent. And Tangir brings the east. And the country liquor, how the origin of country liquor, that we are all. Country liquor, like. Now, here I want to analyze the character of dog. Why dog could not come? Why this dog is used by lectures? And then it is symbolized as a failure. Dog, if you feed him, where you want him? Because each has to be snacks, no? So he failed. Not a cockroach. Like a cockroach say, okay. This the dog, cockroach. Characteristic features of cockroach, you see? I found. Lives a month without food. Cockroach. A week without hat. You chop the hat. No, 1 week, the cockroach which remain. 10,000 brain cells it has. Run 3 miles an hour. Mate once and stay pregnant for life. There was such a characteristic feature of the creature is selected in our literary. This is astrology. Indigenous, How do you know? I don't know if it was a coincidence or something else, but he did it. They used it. Next. So epilogue. Let us have the image's knowledge of architecture executed in the construction of the Pro House, Cabin Colleen. Alright, is here. This is the ladder. This is the two men and women there, all in the rise. Okay, next. Knowledge on herbal medicines for curing various ailments proves that this indigenous knowledge of lepta is at par with the postmodern medical science. Use of Poroxynicon, Fagorin, and cockroach in the literary works proves that leptas knew the characteristic species of these plants and animals. From the selection of these flora and fauna proves that the leptas had indigenous knowledge in giving space to these plants and animals in the writings and creative works. References?
Is cockroach sacred animal?
Cockroach, no.
Which is sacred animal? Sacred animal is there?
Second, we don't have. No. We have got birch. Birch. So that is called. In Nepal they call it Pura. I don't know the scientific name. That's why in our flag also, national flag also, we have the flowering. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. I'll give you. What is that called?
Yellow bird.
Actually, sir, I can't.
Okay.
Sorry. There is a bird.
So, it was a really wonderful presentation. He has practically shown us how lecture community constitutes so